Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylin and today I wanted to make a video talking about 10 more things to do instead of spending money. So I was out for my walk this morning with Potato and it felt really summery, like the smells on the greenway and everything, and I took a little clip of our walk that I will put in. So then whenever I was walking, I saw a lot of like fallen blossom flowers and I was thinking you could go out for a walk and collect some of those or other fallen flowers and create some artwork out of them. And yeah, so that's number one, is to collect some flowers on your walk and make a picture with them. And my kids went to a summer scheme last year where they were taken on a walk and allowed to pick things like daisies and dandelions, and they gave them like a little page with a vase on it, and they had like used a hole punch to put little holes in the page so they could insert the flowers into the holes as they found them, and I thought that was a really good idea. Number two is one that I sort of forget about the rest of the year, but when it gets to about May I start thinking about it again for some reason, and it's to make some lemon or orange cake. I just feel like it's a kind of spring summery cake, and yeah, just like citrus fruits, like I don't know why, but they just like make me think of like sunny weather. So I think it's a good cake to make, and there are really simple recipes for them online. I used to always make an orange and caraway seed cake, and I actually need to look for the recipe for that because it was so easy, and also a lemon drizzle cake that I really like to make. So yeah, I think it's the perfect cake to have, and that leads me to number three. Is to have a tea party for one. Just because you don't have anyone coming over doesn't mean you can't have a tea party, and it could be fun to do to make it really special and like a little ceremony to make a pot of tea and have your like best dishes out for it, and you can make some like cucumber and cream cheese sandwiches or whatever kind you like and make them into little like finger sandwiches, and if you've done some baking you can use that stuff as dessert or have some scones and jam and cream if you like. And it's so much cheaper than going out for afternoon tea, which is something that I never do anyway, but I just think it's nice to create little traditions like that at home. Number four is to get some air drying clay and to do some like modeling with it. There's so many things that you can make, and I think it would be fun to make some little decorative bowls, and then you can paint and varnish them whenever they're dry, and you don't have to worry about a kiln or anything. You can just let it dry overnight, and it saves so much time and effort, and you can make anything you like out of it. My daughter is going to like a clay workshop at the minute that she loves, and they make little models each week based on different themes, so I don't think you're ever too old to do something like that. Number five is selling books that you have finished reading or that you think that you will never actually get around to reading. I think like a lot of us, like if you are a reader, we tend to like kind of stockpile books, and it becomes like a collection rather than something that we're actually using. And sometimes that can be a nice thing too, but I have so many books to read and I keep getting books out of the library, so I never actually read any of the books in my bookcase, so I need to go through it and actually be honest with myself about what I'm not going to read. And I really like Ziffit, which is, well, I think they might have renamed it actually, but I can't remember what to. Basically, World of Books have like an app where you can scan your books. You just scan the ISBN and then they give you like a price for it, and you box them up and send them away, and then they'll pay you for the books that you no longer want. And number six is to go to a bookshop, but not to buy anything, just to search for ideas, because most bookshops will have all of the kind of like recent popular novels and things that have won recent prizes and things like that that you might want to read, and then you can take your ideas and go to the library and ask them to order them in or see if any are available already. And yeah, I like to take pictures of things if I'm like trying not to buy something but I want to hold on to the idea of it, and quite often I don't even like look back at it again, but it just sort of makes you feel better in the moment. Instead of having to be like, I see that, I'll buy it, you can be like, okay, I see that and I want to remember it, so I have a photo of it, and if I really want it, I'll remember about it in a while and then I can buy it, or find another way to source it without spending money. Number 7 is to read some spring poetry. I think it's a good way to get yourself in the mood for the season, and there are so many seasonal poems written around nature and things like that, so like you can just get immersed in it and discover lots of different poets and writers' work through reading like small samples of their work in the form of a poem. And yeah, my kids have lots of like anthologies of poetry, and it's something I never really read as an adult, although I do like to write it sometimes, so I think it could be good to sort of make you more aware of the natural world and what things pop up in springtime, and it's just a good way to get yourself in the mood for spring. Number 8 is to watch a feel-good movie. Like, I feel like when I'm in a better mood generally and kind of more lighthearted and stuff when it's sunny outside, and it has been sunny the last couple of days here, and I don't know why, but one of my comfort movies is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I used to watch it whenever I was a teenager if I was off sick or something like that. And yeah, like I still really love that movie. It just cheers me up and it makes me happy and feel kind of carefree, and I think it's good to watch things like that to get yourself into that mindset. There are so many movies out there that are just really like feel-good movies that I think just go with the season and the sunshine. Number 9 is to go to a beach that you've never visited before and to have a barbecue there. Like, obviously if you're going to do this, you have to be careful and like make sure you put it somewhere sensible. Whenever we have like a disposable barbecue outside somewhere, we try to do it somewhere that has the facilities for that, like a picnic table with an inbuilt like cover for a barbecue to sit on. Or we've done it at the beach before by making like stacks of rocks to raise it above the ground, and then if you pour water on it and make sure it's properly extinguished after as well, because I just hate the thought of like starting a fire accidentally. But yeah, there's something about eating and drinking outside and making your own food outside, and I don't really think I'm the type of person that knows how to do things like create a fire pit, and maybe it's not as hard as I think it would be, but I'm just not very experienced with camping and things like that. But that feels like an achievable thing for me to do, and yeah, like I think that it just always makes me feel kind of spring and summery to eat outside and cook our own food. Number 10 is to write some letters to people filled with the things you wish you could tell them. I think like a lot of us have like things from the past that are kind of unresolved or that we might regret, and I have found over the years that getting them out on paper is just so healing. Like, there are so many things that have been like a conflict in my mind, and I have been thinking about it like to an unhealthy degree, but then I've written it down on paper and it feels like I've literally just like said goodbye to it. Like, there's something about getting it out in physical form. It's like you're acknowledging the things, but it's not, there aren't any consequences of it really, because you're not actually saying the things to the person and they might not want to hear it anyway. But even things like, I just feel like over the years I have regrets about things like not sustaining friendships very well, like particularly if I've had friends that I was really close to in another place and then I've come home or something and haven't returned there, and I am really bad at keeping in touch with people like at a distance, like unless they're kind of physically present and I'm seeing them all the time. I'm just really bad at, I just know that about myself. Like, unless it was like a proper Penpal situation, I'm probably unlikely to keep in touch regularly. And yeah, like I think it's a good way to write out your feelings and thoughts about them and kind of get it off your chest without having to like act on everything. So yeah, I hope that these ideas give you some inspiration for things to do instead of spending money. Some of them are kind of just like silly, whimsical things, and then other things are like kind of more like thoughtful and like heartfelt. Yeah, today I am going to get my feet sorted at the podiatrist, which I'm excited about because I haven't been in like decades or something, and it's definitely needed. And yeah, the sun seems to have disappeared now, so I don't know if it's meant to rain or not today. The birds have been devouring all the food I put out in the garden. I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. and have a great week, and yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.